from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football.
And welcome back. And every Saturday morning we look forward to the Colts segment. Here's Alex Tigani.
Thanks for that, Dick. Well, before we look at this morning's games, we'll catch up with two players from last week in Corayo's Jacob Wilson and North Geelong's Charlie Farrell. By popular demand, we're back at North Geelong at the Colts, and this man could be the league best and fairest if he keeps on being named in the best. Charlie Farrell, how's the season so far?
Yeah, been going pretty well. We've only lost the one game in Division 3. Yeah, been doing pretty well. Hopefully we can keep winning games and make finals and stuff, and yeah, it should be a real good chance.
Yeah. Great to see a lot of people back your coach, who was our guest this time last week. Yeah. Can you give us a scoop on him?
Yeah, he's been pretty good throughout the whole year. Yeah, he's really got behind us boys, and yeah, I reckon he's been a real good coach so far.
Yep. Yourself, individual accolades, what's been your award so far in your footy career, and could you have been one of the North Geelong boys in the Interleague team this year?
Yeah, I did end up making the Interleague squad for the GDFL, and past couple of years I won a couple of best and fairest and stuff, but yeah, hopefully I'll have a right chance this year.
Yep. Well, this looks like a player to watch, but look, if there's one player that might be your opponent today, that's my man to the left in Jacob Wilson. Jacob, you're back. Some say it's because of the ankle injury. I reckon it's because you wanted to be part of this show.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Now, all jokes aside, can you take us through what happened a couple of weeks ago?
I just went up for a ruck in against Grovedale, and the ruckman stood on my ankle as I came down, so did my ankle pretty bad.
Yep. We haven't actually been able to talk to Corio Place and Sheridan Stack back in round 2 of grading, so can you take us through what the team's been like since then?
Our team's been pretty up and down. Some weeks we do real well, and then other weeks we just not real well, but we did real well last week and hoping it continues this week.
Yep. Fingers crossed. For the club as a whole, who do you think could step up in the seniors from your current morning side?
Probably Dylan Shelley again and Mock Cadman.
Okay. Well, there's the exclusive there, folks. Thank you both for joining us this morning, and we could sincerely have an exciting matchup.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Thanks, mate.
Spectacular footage there. Looking at this morning's action in Division 2, we have Anarchy hosting Torquay. They lost to Anglesey last week by 3 points, but boy did those boys put in an effort. Reece Jamison's East Geelong are going to take on Grovedale 2 at the Burdew Reserve Division 3. North Geelong, they've lost 2 out of the last 3, but I'm tipping them for a big win at Modderwarry this morning. Corio 1's going to host South Barwon 2 at 8 a.m. Bannockburn hosting Belmont Lions and Braden Hassett's, who celebrated his 150th junior game, a massive achievement there for the Belmont Lions. And finally in Division 4, Corio 2 hosting Winchelsea in an all GDFL affair over at the Shell Reserve. So that's all for Colts footy this morning, and it's back to you, Dick.
Thanks very much, Alex. And Alex will be back again next Saturday morning talking everything that's Colts footy. As I alluded to in segment 1, we have a very special guest on the show this morning. He's from the Geelong West Cheetahs. He's executive chairman of the Geelong West Cheetahs, Paul Westcott. Good morning, Paul.
Morning, Dick. How are you?
Thanks, mate. Thanks for coming in on the show on a very cold Saturday morning. We know it's going to be a bit colder tomorrow. We'll go into that in a minute. But tell us a little about the Paul Westcott story. You're the executive chairman of the Cheetahs, and how long have you been at the club, and what's going on out there at the moment?
Been at the club for the last 2 years. It's an exciting time to be at the club. It's had a hell of an overhaul over the last 18 months, and we're starting to see the fruit that's sort of starting to come to fruition, from a lot of hard work and planning that's gone off field and starting to show a bit of a return on field.
So 2 years you've been at the club. What was your background before then in local footy still?
Yeah, just local footy, just junior coaching up at Newtown Chilwell. So had 5 or 6 years up there under a couple of great tutors, and got asked to come to West to do a bit of coaching with Nick, and I sort of denied, said too much time consumption, and somehow he managed to drag me into the executive, and I've been there ever since.
Never put your hand up at auctions or at committee meetings,
That's
mate.
Exactly
That's
right.
one thing you don't do.
That's exactly
now listen,
right.
You've got a massive day tomorrow. It's the Ted Whitten Foundation Day, and it's out at the West Oval, out at the Church Street ground there, and the North Geelong Magpies and the Geelong West Cheetahs are battling it out. But most importantly, apart from the fact that all the money will go to the Teddy Whitten Foundation, you'll have Brendan Favola lining up at full forward.
Correct.
And Kane Pettifer, is he also going to be playing with
Kane Pettifer has unfortunately withdrawn.
Thank God for that.
Good for North, I expect. He's unfortunately, we'd have to say, firstly, thanks very much to Kane Pettifer for being so enthusiastic in wanting to come down and play for West. But unfortunately on the weekend he's damaged a vertebrae in his back and he looks like he's going to be out of action for a fair while.
Just tell quickly about Brendan Favola.
Yes.
Now, I talked to you off air before. He doesn't actually come down before the game, so he didn't come down. He didn't come down Thursday night, so he turns up there on Sunday. Instantly, he's got to get to know all the players. You know,
That's exactly right.
Bongo and Grubber and Tigga and all those sort of like.
Right.
How does that going to work like that? I mean, you wouldn't even know who they were to be handball if he does handball.
No, he certainly won't know them, but we all know him, and they'll all know him. And realistically, you know, it's not going to change our game structure too much by having a new full forward there. We know he can certainly mark. We know he can certainly kick a goal, and we know the best part about it, especially for the E.J. Whitten Foundation, is he can certainly attract a crowd.
Hey, Grubby, how dirty would you be if you're the Geelong West full forward and you got the lemon and sauce because Favola's playing tomorrow?
Well, you wouldn't be too happy, would you? But I think you might stand aside and sit in the pocket just for the day. He said before about the Whitten Foundation. Do West get much out of this? Like, how much do West get? Look,
realistically, the day is centred around benefiting prostate cancer. It's a terrible disease that sort of attacks a hell of a lot of men, and it seems to be on the increase. We were aware of the foundation and thought we could actually bring something to Geelong, bring something that would be entertaining for Football Geelong. As you know, this Sunday there is no other local game on. There is no Geelong playing on Sunday. So it's a great opportunity for everybody. A little bit of wet weather doesn't hurt anybody. But, you know, it's a great opportunity to get people out to the game, to the ground. The way West will benefit is if you come and buy a hot dog or a sausage or a bucket of chips and have a drink and enjoy the day.
Get those fires going, mate, round the out of there, and a couple of barbecues.
That's right, Dick. Just make it welcoming, you know.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if you can't get out to the ground, you've got to just watch or listen to it on 94.7 The Pulse. Your home of country football. Should be a fantastic call indeed. But Paul, I really hope it's a great day for you tomorrow, mate.
Thanks, Dick. Thanks very much.
I must admit I'm looking forward to it because it'd be great to see a bit of a crowd there at the West Oval. Good old Church Street, it can get a good crowd, particularly old VFA days.
Yes.
And we've got a couple of grandstands there for people a bit worried about the weather.
Yes,
but the Flowers Pavilion is still there with the beautiful blue stone.
That's been upgraded. So
upgraded?
It's been upgraded.
Super boxes been installed?
No super boxes, but it's certainly weatherproof and it's been well restored by the City of Greater Geelong and ourselves a couple of years ago.
Well, Paul, I hope it's a great day for you, mate. We had a bit of a chat to Teddy Whitten Jr. yesterday on the Pulse 94.7 with Dennis Scanlon's show. And he's pretty excited about the day, and it's a big week for him as well with the Whitten Foundation.
Will someone shut him up? I had about 4 more questions.
Well, yeah, we've been given the wind-up.
You just keep talking and talking. Give someone else a go, mate.
Righto, you can have a go in a minute.
No, it's too late. He's going now.
Talking the break. Speaking of break, thanks a lot, Paul. Again,
thanks very much, Dick. Thanks, Grubby.
Paul Westcott is the Executive Chairman of the Geelong West Cheaters. We're going to take a break. I'm going to suck up Grubby up, and we'll talk about all the games on this afternoon back after this.
We are the Raiders from all around Geelong. I'm here to tell you how football is strong.